say it's facing the wrong way. You know? Oh, okay. You could probably go a little more. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I myself enjoy music, especially classical music. The other day I went to an orchestra concert and found out that the form of leadership is being integrated inside the orchestra. First of all, the orchestra can be divided in several parts. For example, it can be divided like this, such as in parts such as brass or strings or percussions, and it also can be divided by one instrument each, like violins or trumpets. And every part and each players have a role to play, and they sometimes play alone and they sometimes play together. And of course, while the music is going on, there's always a leader. And obviously, as you know, there's a conductor who conducts or leads the orchestra when the music is being played. But the conductor isn't always the leader. Let's say that there was a solo part where only one player plays its instruments. When a soloist is playing his or her instrument, the other players listen to their soloist and find their timing to play their own instruments. And not only the soloist and the conductors, there's always a concertmaster, which is usually a violinist in each orchestra, which leads the orchestra and connects the conductor and the orchestra. As you can see, leader can change by the place and occasions. And this can also be said in human society besides the orchestra. For example, in baseball, there are the head coach. There are several coaches, and there are the head coach, the pitching coaches, and conditioning coaches, and more other coaches. And these two, the leader changes by its occasion. And there's also a captain that is a leader of one team. And when in a players committee or a players association, there is always a chairman that groups all of those players. And as you can see, leaders can change. Captains, chairmen, and coaches, leaders can change by its condition, by its place and occasion. And as I said, there are many types of leaders in this society. But how do people become leaders? Leaders mostly get elected or candidated, or if it's or an interior of something. Leaders can be elected, candidated, or maybe leaders become leaders because there were some type of inheritors. And for example, the President of the United States is being elected by the people in the United States, and the leaders in schools or group works in schools are candidated, and kings and emperors are usually being the pattern is passed to the person in the next generations. And in the world today, a good leadership is needed. And what is good leadership? Good leadership depends on how people think, but however, a good leader can be a good leader in many ways, but a good leader in general doesn't use power and is as fair as possible. And being a leader itself is not very easy. But as I said, sometimes there are not only one leader in one group or one group or one committee. And so even if the position is not being called a leader, that position can be a leader in many ways. If you want to be a leader of some type, it's important to have dreams like being a CEO or president, but you have to remember that it's not the only leader. And if you fail to be the big leader, like a president or CEO, it's important to gain hope, since it's not the only leader. And knowing leaders and respecting others, I think these two are the secrets of being a good leader. Thank you.
Yay.